The real story behind the Russia-Ukraine war. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine didn't start overnight. Its roots go deep into history, politics, and power struggles that have been building for decades. To understand the war, we need to go back to 1991, when the Soviet Union collapsed. Ukraine became an independent country after being part of the Soviet Union for many years. However, Russia always saw Ukraine as closely tied to its history, culture, and security. As time passed, Ukraine started moving closer to the West, especially organizations like NATO and the European Union. NATO is a military alliance that Russia sees as a threat, especially if it expands near its borders. Ukraine's desire to join NATO made Russia increasingly uncomfortable. The situation became serious in 2014. Ukraine had a pro-Russian president named Viktor Yanukovych, but after massive protests, known as the Euromaidan protests, he was removed from power. These protests were driven by people who wanted closer ties with Europe instead of Russia. Russia saw this as a major loss of influence. Soon after, Russia annexed Crimea, a region that belonged to Ukraine. This event is known as the annexation of Crimea. At the same time, conflict began in eastern Ukraine, especially in areas like Donetsk and Luhansk, where Russian-backed separatists started fighting Ukrainian forces. For years, this conflict remained ongoing but limited. However, tensions kept rising. Then came 2022. On February the 24th, Russian President Vladimir Putin launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russia claimed several reasons: to stop NATO expansion, to protect Russian-speaking people in Ukraine, and to demilitarize the country. But many experts believe the deeper reason was Russia's desire to maintain control and influence over Ukraine. Ukraine, led by President Volodymyr Zelensky, strongly resisted the invasion. The Ukrainian people united and fought back, while many countries around the world supported Ukraine with weapons, money, and sanctions against Russia. The war quickly became one of the most significant conflicts in modern history. Cities were destroyed, millions of people were displaced, and thousands lost their lives. It also affected the global economy, especially food and energy supplies. In reality, the Russia-Ukraine war is not just about land. It's about power, identity, and the future direction of a nation, whether Ukraine should remain under Russia's influence or move fully toward the West. Even today, the war continues, with no simple solution in sight. It serves as a reminder of how historical tensions, political decisions, and global rivalries can lead to devastating consequences.